Right guys, this is just going to be a quickie-ish video to 1, give like an update on where I'm going, 2, I'm feeling particularly lazy today, so I didn't want to do like any sort of hardcore math or anything. I just wanted to just chill for a bit. Anyway, I have a few ideas, one of which is doing best in slot videos. I'm aware some people will probably get grumpy at these and argue and bloody blah. They're not there to be like, oh my god, this is the best build ever, you should 100% run this. They are there as like a skeleton. This is, technically speaking, from a mathematical point of view, the best SMG builds you can make. And then you go, okay, this is an SMG build, that's technically the best, but I don't exactly like having that piece or that piece or that piece or that talent or that SMG. What can I do within myself and how I play to use that as a skeleton but work it around me to help me progress in my game and play style, kind of thing. So yeah, they're not going to be like, oh my god, these are the most amazing builds ever. They're technically going to be meta for their own category, but obviously not everyone likes running meta. I'm told this on repeat. Fine, I get it, but I want to kind of post up the meta builds and let you guys adapt, improvise, change things and do what you do in order to help you out the most. Now the issue with this is, just going back to the example of SMG builds, you have high-end SMG, you have Focus SMG, yes, it's a thing, Hunter's Fury, Strikers, True Patriot technically, you've got Backfire, you've got so much that just sort of goes into like what is best in slot, and generally speaking the best in slot for high end isn't going to be the best in slot for Hunter's Fury or Strikers, and if you're running Backfire it all goes crazy again. Best in slot Slayer obviously. So when I do these, because they will inevitably, if you want them all in like one big chunk, like SMG best in slot builds, it's going to be like a 40 minute video. Or do you want me to just sort of go one video best in slot SMG high end, one video best in slot SMG Hunter's Fury, one video best in slot SMG Strikers, kind of thing? So you'd end up with like smaller videos, but for SMG there's going to be like 4 or 5 of them. For ARs there'll probably be like 8. So yeah, that's like one thing on my mind. I don't exactly know how you guys would want this. Do you just want the one big long 40-minute video, potentially even an hour? I'm not sure. I'm just spitballing here, kind of like how long each video would actually be, but I thought I'd ask to see how you guys would like it. Second one being, I am planning on doing another top 5 worst exotics, which I can't wait for. It's going to be amazing. No spoiling it. I know some of you probably already know what's going to be on the list. No spoiling. I also plan to go into some nuances, like with these 2 builds here. They're both Strikers, they both have pristine example, Dod-Foamath, the scope, but one has coyotes, the other has foxes. Now, where the one with coyotes will actually do more DPS and be technically more powerful, it's not actually considered to be even a remotely usable build, let alone meta. But the one with foxes, despite being lower in DPS and being less powerful, is. And that's the sort of video I want to kind of do. They don't really lend much for like in-game knowledge, but they're more like weird little tidbits that may or may not help you out and can be the difference between you being ultimately completely optimal or being suboptimal, such as the difference between Optimist and Strained. What one actually does better in what situation and why. Now, the end result of knowing or learning these things means like an increase of like barely 0.5% in your DPS. For a lot of them, The overall difference is absolutely negligible and not worth worrying about. But I don't really see a lot of people. I see a lot of builds and people talking about what they think they know, etc., etc. But I never really see people go like in depth into the weird little nuances and escapes of the game. So I'd be quite interested in doing that. It's something a bit different, but it also doesn't give you, the player or the viewer, literally anything even remotely of value. Oh great, yeah, if I aim at the head, Optimist is better, but if I aim at the body, Strained is better. That's so useful. The difference between them in an overall DPS build is barely 1% though, so what does it matter? Yeah, just weird things like that. I just kind of feel like it would be a bit interesting. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Wanting to do best in slot builds, but I don't know whether I should do them all in one big chunk. It will keep me going for a while if I do them like individually, but it's also going to be very messy, especially if you're looking for a best in slot Hunter's Fury SMG build. You're going to have like 80 videos to sift through. I'm also wanting to do an updated version of 5 worst exotics, no clues, and maybe potentially look at some weird nuances within the game. But yeah, other than that, that's me. Have fun, good luck, don't die. It's bad for the health.